want to welcome all of you here. How many of you do not know me? I'm Dr. Turner. I'm the medical director of the Cancer Service Line at Evangelical Community Hospital, and I also run the Center for Breast Health at Evan. And we're doing a program this month about nutrition, but also wanting to talk about the Miller Center here as well. One of the reasons we had it here was to introduce you folks to the Miller Center. Anybody who's a member here? And so I want to make a couple of things aware to you. There is information over at the desk about the Miller Center and the programs that they offer. So if you want to pick something up over there, you can. And something that I learned when we came over here to kind of tour the place to get ready for this event is a program called Neighborly that is a web connection to resources that you may find that you need. And there's cards on this little table behind here about that. I think that was started by Geisinger, if I'm correct, but it seems like a very helpful program for you. So I thought tonight I would kind of, right before Michelle does a little icebreaker with you, I'd go down through my ingredients and that and kind of talk a little bit about how I make this dish. I will acknowledge right up front that I had quite a bit of coaching from my wife, who would be here tonight, but she is feeling ill and didn't feel like she wanted to expose anybody to that. So she didn't. The food that we prepared last night, I did prepare it with her looking over my shoulder. I do find, to me, cooking's like, I was a biochemistry major in college, so cooking to me should be like chemistry. You look at the ingredients, you measure exactly precisely what it says and put in there, and she throws all that out the window. And where it really gets lost is when you try to go from a recipe that's to feed 2 or 3 people up to a recipe to turn that into feeding 15 people. I'm sure I see some heads nodding. You can't just multiply, which in my mind, you multiply. But so she was like, don't do that. You know? And one of the things she's taught me is you can't take anything out once it's in. So you can always add a little bit more. So don't put it in until you're certain that it needs to be there. So I can assure you that what you will be served tonight has been much under her direction. So you'll see the ingredients: 2 to 4 chicken tenderloins or breast fillets, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. That's just to brown the chicken. Now, typically we don't really use the cooking oil. We just spray a little Pam in the pan and just enough to brown it. You don't really get much oil that way. Sometimes I use the little Pam also makes the pump bottles of olive oil, and that works really well. 1 medium onion diced. I actually just made it all into the medium-sized chunks. 15 ounces of diced tomatoes, which I got here and I already drained. 1/2 cup of Kalamata olives, and I drained those, and they're right here. 1/2 cup of white wine, and that's approximately 1/2 cup there. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I've got all my dry ingredients in here because I didn't want you guys to have to suffer through watching me measure everything out, looking like a chemist while I'm doing it. 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning, a tablespoon of salt, a tablespoon of garlic powder, a tablespoon of sugar. Now I used stevia in this, and the equivalent for sugar, 1 teaspoon of sugar translates into 3/8 teaspoon or about a 1/2 teaspoon of stevia. You don't need as much with that, and I've got it in with my other dry ingredients. And some chopped parsley to put over it. So I got a bunch of parsley at the store and just rinsed it well, dried it between some paper towels, and then chopped it up last night. Grated cheese. Now I chose to get the feta cheese. These things are kind of nice because you pop the corner open, you can just sprinkle it out. And we tend to like feta. And then veggies are separate because it may be somewhat seasonal what you can find. But this time of year you can usually get the yellow and green zucchini, which I've got here. the onion. Green beans, these were ones that my wife and I canned. We always in our house have a discussion about whether they should be cut or snapped. I was raised to snap green beans, so I'm a snapper. And I can move fast when I snap. I hate cutting them, but I don't know whether these are my snapped or her cut. But at any rate, then 3 large sliced carrots, red, green, and yellow bell peppers, cut into medium chunks. You can see kind of what I did with those. 1 teaspoon of minced garlic and lemon zest. And I actually stuck the lemon zest in with something else. So I have already browned the chicken, just so they didn't have to put you through watching me do that, so you can see that. And while you guys go through your icebreaker and start your salads and that, I'm going to start cooking back here. What you're actually going to eat is already made, but just trying to keep it real.